Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bay Area Focus. I'm your host, Michelle Griego. What an important show we have for you today. From immigration to healthcare, we are covering all the important topics. And joining us now are Executive Director Elizabeth Ward and historian Connie Young-Yu. They are with the Los Altos History Museum and are here to share an exhibit showcasing an integral part of our history. And the exhibit is named "I Want the Wide American Earth," and it describes the significant impact that Asian Pacific Americans have had on this nation. What an exhibit to have. Thank you for coming on the show and welcome.
Pleasure. Thank you for having us.
All right, so tell me about this exhibit. What was the inspiration behind it?
We were very interested in the fact that California has the largest population of Asians in the continental United States, and the Bay Area in particular has, of course, a large percentage. In Los Altos, we have almost 25% of an Asian population. So we really wanted to do an exhibition that would speak to our local community and to the wider Bay Area and to California. So we were just really excited to have an exhibition that highlights an immigration group that doesn't always get as much publicity.
It doesn't. Do you think that we really and truly understand as a society the contributions the Asian American community have given to this country?
Actually, I don't. I don't at all. I feel that there's been the emphasis on the narrative of America first, you know, that America was settled by people who descended from the Mayflower and the Pilgrims, and a great deal of history has been excluded, just like the Asian Americans have been excluded from history because of the legislation, the Chinese exclusion law, and what happened to the Japanese Americans during World War II. And these are examples of a national policy that really affected our consciousness. So there's not an understanding that Asians could possibly be Americans, that they're perpetual immigrants. And even Asian American immigrants don't know this history, and so this is an opportunity to tell that story. And I love the theme of our exhibit, which was created by the Smithsonian. It is based on a poem by Carlos Bulosan, who was an immigrant from the Philippines who worked in the fields and became a labor organizer. And he wrote this poem called "I Want the Wide American Earth." I want it for the free. I want it for my people.
That is beautiful. Is there some significance to having that exhibition near Silicon Valley?
It's so interesting that the city of Los Altos really was, at its origins, an agricultural town. And in working through this exhibition and setting it up for our museum, we've discovered so many artifacts and photographs that really highlight the role of agricultural workers in Los Altos' early history. And now today, Los Altos is the heart of Silicon Valley. So it's really exciting to have a chance to bring this message to people that are global influencers, really. A lot of the people that live in Los Altos work at major companies that are part of the high-tech world. And we always want to remind them of the historical origins and remind them of this narrative that Connie is talking about, that it's so much more complicated and it's so rich, the American tapestry and all the different immigrant groups that have come here to America, the difference that they have made and the obstacles that they've all faced in the process of trying to integrate and having these legal obstacles to their status and their recognition as Americans. So yeah, I think it's really important to have a historical topic like this that is contemporary and also can, you know, potentially make a difference to people that are talking globally to our society.
And Connie, you did mention the America First mentality. That's obviously, we're hearing a lot about that right now. So the timing of this exhibition is really no coincidence.
It's no coincidence, although when it was created like a celebration of immigration, which is fantastic because we can connect. We can make the connection between what's happening today and what happened in the past. And there's so much that's inspiring in the exhibit. For instance, the Japanese Americans who lived in Los Altos during World War II, they were sent to relocation camps. All their property was in flux, but fortunately their neighbors had power of attorney and took care of them. But they were in camp for 3.5 years, and they had no idea what would happen, you know, when they came out. These were U.S. citizens born in the United States, and they were sent to a concentration camp.
Right.
But they came back to Los Altos. Their neighbors had taken care of their property. They opened a nursery, a Japanese nursery. This is the Ferrucci family. We have a lot of their memorabilia displayed. But what is wonderful is that they planted Chinese pistache trees in gratitude to the town, and you could see them in the town.
Oh, wow.
And so it's an expression of gratitude and the community. But a lot of people who are moving into this lovely community of Los Altos and the Los Altos Hills, they don't know the significance, and we want to remind them, because history of, quote, minorities is often obscured.
Yes.
It's not like something people should be interested in, but we want them to feel this is so important, this is so inspiring. And once you want to know how your community was shaped.
Definitely. You want to know the history behind that. And I think you bring up such a good point with American history. There are so many high points and so many things to revere, but then there are also the ugly parts, like you were talking about the internment camps. And I think that's important, just as important to learn about those points in history than it is the good. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for bringing this exhibit to all of us, and can't wait to learn more.
Thank you.
You do not want to miss this exhibit. Just log on to losaltoshistory.org to find out more. And up next, we are continuing this theme with an author drawing parallels from the past to immigration today. We'll be right back.